All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host, Larry, and today we're going to be taking a look at RecoveryFox AI. This is a newer recovery software that promises to recover all of your damaged or missing files from things like recently deleted stuff on a hard drive or a failing drive using an advanced AI to try to recover all of your most important files. So with that in mind, I have pre-prepared a thumb drive over here called my travel drive with some random pictures that I've got together of just some wallpapers and some vintage old-timey photos that I pulled off of the web. And then I've also got some random videos that I likewise pulled off of the web of some like people enjoying a pizza, a cute cat, someone growing a dragon fruit cactus, and a lady with an elephant at a sanctuary. And we're going to then go back to my PC. We're going to right-click the travel drive, and I am going to format it to simulate either an accidental erasure of this data, or maybe a drive is failing, so your data has gone missing. And then we're going to scan it and see what all we can recover. So I'm going to go ahead and overwrite that with a new version of the travel drive format. So now that's formatted as just a generic travel exFAT drive. And I'm going to select it here in RecoveryFox AI to start a scan. Now, normally a lot of these softwares will give you an option to do a quick scan to find surface level files, or it will give you the option to do a deep scan. RecoveryFox goes ahead and does both. First, it does a quick scan, and then it does a deeper AI scan in order to find anything else that you might have missed. And already you can see I only had a handful of files, maybe like 10 files, and it's already found 1,500 different files, and it's not even 1% done. And this whole process, when I was testing this earlier, takes around 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the size of your drive and how fast you can scan the drive, because this is just a really old thumb drive. It's a USB 2.0, so it goes relatively slow compared to modern drives. But for the grand scheme of things, when you're trying to recover important documents, 10-15 minutes isn't too bad. And if you want to at any time, you can pause this process. Like I can just see down here, there's a pause button at the bottom of this little window. I can pause the process. The software will reconstruct all the files so that we can view them, and then I can go inside of here and I can see what all's been recovered so far, including 20 JPEG images. And I can go in here, and it's a pretty good indication that some of this has already been pretty successfully recovered, because it actually tells me the resolution of several of these images. And they're also show me the different sizes of all these images. They're not just like all a couple of kilobytes. So I can right-click these and preview these, and here's an old-timey car. Here's the picture of that old guy leaning out of the car that I showed you. This is one of the wallpapers that I downloaded. There's even some goofy comics that I had in here from before when I was sharing these with friends that I didn't even remember were on here. Or pictures of the little helicopter that landed on Mars. So it's already finding stuff more than I was expecting it to find when I first started doing this tutorial. So let's continue. Let me close this window. We'll let it continue its scan, and we'll see what all it does in about 10 to 15 minutes. All right, so this is more or less done. This particular software I actually like because it'll actually do a pop-up, which I thought I was going to capture, but when I clicked off the screen, it closed it. But what it will do is when it detects that it's only scanning empty space, it will prompt you to stop the scan because it's pretty sure it's not going to find anything else on your drive. And once it's done, you can then go through and start looking at all of the different files that it found. So by default, when you start, you can look by file type or by file path. I like file type because I'm looking for specific files to look at. And when you open it up, it's got it separated into photos or videos or different types of documents. So if you're looking for like a Word document or an XML file, you'll find those up here. But I'm looking for things like JPEGs, because that's what I had as sort of like a sample, but I could also go back into the file path. It also has all of the different file types available right here as well. So I could literally just go into the JPEG section, and then I could go to preview. And like I was seeing before when I first started looking, you can see a whole bunch of different files that have been recovered, including some screenshots from, I guess I had an old Minecraft mod pack on here. I also had some different photos that I was recovering and repairing for family members that are in here as well. So you can see some of those in here. So it's actually found a lot more stuff than I was anticipating to find, including some old memes. So, you know, it's done a really good job at recovering all of these photos. And I'm sure if I go into the PNG section, you will likewise see the same thing. If I open these up, oh yeah, I didn't even remember any of these being in here. There's a whole bunch of old wallpapers and screenshots related to like an old Minecraft mod pack that me and some friends were putting together. So you can see it's recovered stuff that I wasn't even expecting to find in here. And then where's my video? So I had some MP4 videos. Let's see what these look like. So here's that pizza video that I had in here. So that recovered. Then you can also, here's the elephant video, and I can actually, I believe I can double click these to play them if I want, but I don't need to do that. There's also some other videos from old jokes in here as well that I can see got recovered as well. Now from here, all I have to do if I want to recover these is I can just go inside of these different folders and I can identify which ones I want and I can check them off. And then I can go into the PNG and I can likewise check them off, whichever ones I think are the ones that I need. Then I can go into the MP4 section, which I was just in, but I'm like not seeing because apparently I've gone blind. And I can select all of these different videos. And then I can hit recover. And it'll ask me where I want to put it. I've already got a little recovery folder put together in my downloads folder. I can hit OK. And now it'll reconstruct or make sure all of those files are reconstructed and it will transport them into that folder. And then I can hit OK. And then that will open up a little folder browser so I can look at all of those recovered files and I can look at them individually to make sure that they actually recovered okay. And it looks like for the most part, you know, all the ones that I actually wanted to recover that I selected look just fine. Yeah, so a bunch of different icons that I had recovered before. And then here's all those videos. Let me put those in large icons or extra large icons. Yeah, pretty much all of those got recovered. Although this one, I don't think this was a video originally, but if I want to deconstruct that and turn that back into a wallpaper, it would not be a big deal. Sometimes a few little hiccups happen here and there when you're using certain recovery software, so that's good to know. So with all of that in mind, I thought that RecoveryFox AI does a pretty nice job. It goes immediately into finding immediate files. You can just pause it and grab them all if you just accidentally deleted them a few minutes ago and go about your day. Otherwise, it goes immediately into using its AI software to go through and reconstruct everything. And it does a really thorough job of finding just about every file type under the sun, as you can see right here. Even Swift Flash files that I didn't even remember were on this at all. Adobe Illustrator files, class files, zip files, XML files, exe files, DLL files. Pretty thorough job, if I do say so myself. I think the only thing that I have issue with is I'd like a bit more convenient way of previewing files than having to like find the one I want to preview and right click and then hit preview. I'd like to just have like, as I click on it, just have it show up in a little box over here on like the right hand side or something. But other than that, I haven't really had too many qualms with how it works so far, at least on a consumer level. Now, if I go back to the main page here, there's not a ton of different options, at least not right up front here on the options page. It just shows you different spots to scan for. So if you're looking for some of the more advanced features like creating disk images or finding duplicates or some of the other fringe options I've seen from other file recovery softwares, this might not be the one for you. This is really just about scanning for all the files that you could possibly want and recovering them. So that'll be about it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Larry. This has been a brief look at RecoveryFox AI and how to use it to quickly recover your files. It does a nice job. Takes about 15 to 20 minutes to scan a thumb drive, and I want to say this thumb drive is like 64 gigs or something. And with that in mind, if you're interested in this software, I'll put a link in the video description below. You can check it out for yourself. And I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.